What's up everybody and welcome to the channel. In today's video we're checking out this 2026 Kia Sportage. This one is a hybrid SX Prestige all-wheel drive finished off in the Heritage Blue. MSRP is right at $42,000. Honestly, I think this is a really good bang for the buck. Lots of value, lots of options and features that are honestly just standard on this car for a pretty good price. So let's go ahead and see what is powering this crossover. I will say the engine is pretty impressive, especially when you compare it to everything else in this class. So underneath the hood, this is going to get a 1.6 liter inline 4-cylinder turbocharged engine with a hybrid system. Overall, it makes 232 horsepower with 271 pound-feet of torque, and it has a 6-speed automatic transmission. Now this is an all-wheel drive vehicle. It's going to have curb weight coming in right at 3,900 pounds. Has a 13.7 gallon fuel tank, and you're looking at 35 in the city and 36 mpg out on the highway. Towing capacity is even around 2,000 pounds. So pretty impressive to have a turbo hybrid with an actual transmission. Can't say the same about many others. So you got this cool Kia logo, this gloss black trim all throughout it, gloss black mesh, forward facing camera, and then I love the headlights. You have a really nice look to them with the daytime running light, the turn signal and everything. You have the actual headlight beams all integrated into here, and I like how seamless it is with the grille. It really fits this front end. You're also going to see these LED fog lights down below that are very integrated into the design. We have active grille shutters, we have more openings, safety sensor, silver trim, and gloss black trim. So I like how there's no cheap plastic on it. Looks very finished throughout the entire exterior. You're going to get a smooth hood with just sharp lines on the farthest sides. And then the wheels are pretty unique. They're a 4-spoke, multicolor, 19-inch diameter. You got a sensor and a reflector, more sharp lines with the two-tone, and then even in the lower doors you have all this gloss black with the silver trim. Got a nice clean line throughout it, and then a sharp line throughout the doors. Body color on the door handles, power folding side mirrors with an integrated turn signal and camera, and then all gloss black trim throughout everything. You're going to see a full panoramic sunroof. We have the gloss black roof rails. Side profile is about what you would expect. It's very proportional, good look to it. And then I like how in back this gloss black area kind of separates the ceiling and roof, and then you have this cool texture to it. Got that integrated spoiler, a nice design overall. In back, the taillights are equally as cool with the LED design to them. You can just see how everything lights up. You got that gloss black trim design as well. And we'll go ahead while we're back here, do the remote start and show you the smart park. But you have all your nice new badging, all this gloss black throughout it, sensors, some trim, and then with all that, I can press this button and basically remote control this car. So you can hear all that. So cool feature a lot of the Kias have. Maybe you've parked, it rained, you got a huge puddle or something, or someone parked too close to you. I've actually used this before when I've had this in the driveway and I wanted to get one of my cars out. Instead of hopping in it, I can just move this while I'm doing other things. So cool feature to have. I think Kia, they really just give you so many cool features. Engine just turned on as well. So sometimes it'll actually just stay in electric mode. Now we can press the button on the key fob. Let's take a look at the storage area. There is a button above the license plate. Now for interior volume, you have a lot of space in here. You're looking at 73.7 cubic feet with the seat folded down. They fold nice and flat. And then with them up, you're looking at closer to 40 cubic feet. So large trunk. What's cool, being a hybrid, you don't normally expect this, but we have storage down here with a spare tire. So cool to see all that. Decent amount of space with this privacy cover. There's 2 different spots to put it. I have the seat completely reclined, so you're gonna keep the cover over here. If you're not gonna recline these too much, you can put it in this one. You have these levers right here as well to easily click, and that'll unlock those and fold them flat. From here, you just press that button, close up the tailgate. So these will lock down flat, which is great, and then we can pull this back up. Now it's crazy the recline angle from all the way up to all the way back. So definitely very versatile back here. I also love the misty gray Syntex interior. There's some black accents to it as well. So you are gonna get some harder plastics, but nice padded insert, padded armrest, heated seat, Harman Kardon audio, and then you got the smooth and perforated materials. I really do like this micro suede up above, and then we have an armrest with cup holders. Rear facing seat fits fantastic back here, and this seat I can actually sit in comfortably. I can't say that about many other crossovers. Now hopping in here at 5'11", I have plenty of legroom with the driver's seat of my height. These seats support my legs, they're high enough too. Armrests are really good. There's a lot of space, great headroom, air vents, there's USB plugs, there's tons of storage all throughout it. Genuinely, this is one of the better sized small crossovers. I have zero complaints with just how well the sizing is. And the panoramic roof makes its way all the way back here. So then making our way to the front seats now. Of course, you have the smart key that will lock and unlock it from the door. So with this, the front has a little bit more softer touch material and then that same padding. Got the nice armrest, all those controls, memory seating, and again, I really like these door handles. You're gonna see the Harman Kardon audio system. We have a 10-way power adjusting driver seat with an 8-way power adjusting passenger seat. All those controls, the nice dual tone color, and then all the perforations throughout it. Love this design, and then more of that micro suede all throughout the upper section. You're also gonna see a really unique looking 2-spoke black leather steering wheel. And then firing it up, you got your two 12.3-inch displays that are gonna turn on. So on the steering wheel, we have terrain mode and drive mode. That's gonna toggle your basically street modes versus your off-road modes. So cool to see all that. You have the cameras for the turn signal as well. And then of course, when you do your headlights, you can see that turning on, which is now affecting my camera. But cool to see what you have. You have paddle shifters as well, stalk on the right for windshield wipers, controls on the right side for some audio controls. We have cruise control on the left and the screen. So with the screen, you can toggle a little bit. You see the engine just kicked on now, and then we have a lot of good info that's actually gonna come up in this section. So you have the hybrid system, some temperature, all-wheel drive, and trip. So definitely cool to see that. Over here, we have our traction control, park and brake. We have the interior dimming and trunk release, the battery reset as well. There's ambient lighting, kind of a softer touch material throughout the dashboard. You have more of the lighting, all this nice trim, all of your air vents, and then the up-to-date Kia screen. I like these large tiles, makes it very easy to configure everything. Got the nav, more information that will pop up, and then of course CarPlay will look the way you would expect. So it's a cool design to it with everything. And then back into Kia. From here, reverse, got a really good looking backup camera, top down view, all of your different guidelines, more views as well, 360 design, pretty HD graphics too. So can't complain with any of that. Parking sensors pop up on the screen as well. Now this lower screen is configurable. We have it in climate control mode right now, so we can easily adjust all that. We have all these touch sensitive icons. We can toggle that too, and now we have some media controls for the screen. And now that's a volume icon. So pretty cool to see that. Wireless charging and storage and plugs. A nice bit of trim, this cool texture with ambient lighting. We have our heated and ventilated seats along with that heated steering wheel, parking sensors, shortcut to camera, and then a lot of storage all throughout it. These even fold inwards, and we now have even more storage or cup holders when needed. Got some padding on the armrest, storage down below, and plenty of storage in the glove box. One last look at the interior. Got that massive sunshade, those controls, just a manual mirror, but a really good looking interior overall. All right, so setting off now in this hybrid turbo Sportage, pedal to the floor. So not bad in power. I feel like it's not as peppy as I would expect with the numbers, but even in the eco mode right there, I mean, you still get up to speed quite nicely. Let's go to sport mode and see what that's like from a slow speed. Pedal to the floor. Not bad. That time it took a minute for the engine to turn on and then the EV power to go and then the turbo. So yeah, not as fast as I would expect. It's decent enough though for, I guess, your average driving. So normal driving now, I will say it's really easy to see around. You have a lot of good glass, good mirrors, no blind spots or anything over your right and left shoulder. And one thing I love with Kia is their cruise control system works fantastic. One of the absolute best in the game, especially with the lane keeping and steering intervention. By far one of the best, no doubt about that. Overall ride quality and everything, it feels pretty comfortable. You don't really feel any bumps to be, you know, too harsh or anything like that. It's relatively quiet too. Comfortable seat, you know, easy just to kind of get comfortable lounging in this car. I wouldn't mind being able to sink a little bit lower. I do feel a little tall. And then my only big complaint, the steering feels very vague. it's definitely not that direct. It almost feels like this is kind of connected to the wheels with rubber bands, so it's not as mechanical feeling as I would prefer in a car. Again, it still just drives nice overall. I mean, your average person's not going to complain, just wouldn't mind a bit more mechanical feeling to it and just a lower seat position. Using the tech while driving, it does look really good. It's actually really simple, with especially just how laid out everything is. Okay, I guess some of the toggles you can't obviously use while driving, but looks good. The climate controls you get used to, and honestly, even though the fan speed is kind of small, it's easy enough to see and toggle, and then I just have it on low and we're staying nice and comfortable. So the climate system is quiet and seems to be pretty efficient. I can't really find any major complaints with the drive as far as just cruising around. I think your average buyer is going to enjoy just racking up miles. This model actually has almost 10,000 miles on it already. So it seems to be wearing very well, to where even this lighter color, a little dirty here, but you know, nothing that a quick detail couldn't clean up. It looks really good, especially with the mileage that this specific one has. So I think build quality is really good on these modern Kias, to where, you know, you can get it and enjoy it for many, many years before it, you know, starts showing signs of wear. Should be a pretty easy car to own. Now, hitting these big train track bumps, some cars feel like they're gonna fall apart. Let's see what this is like. Not bad, a little bit of a thud, but honestly, overall, pretty solid. And the suspension really does take it quite nicely. Now, with the two drive modes, particularly Sport and Eco, there's not really a normal mode, which I guess is kind of interesting for this. But Sport mode, it still takes a while, I guess, for like the engine and everything to kick in. So again, it's just not as responsive as I would prefer in a car. But again, I'm probably driving this way different than your typical buyer of a hybrid crossover. Now, with the cameras and everything, let's see, slow enough, there we go. I mean, it is fantastic with the 360 view. You can really see everything around this car. So I feel like the technology that they've put in this, all these features which are standard, all part of the MSRP, I mean, you get a very feature-packed vehicle for sure. So not a bad option if you just want a nice, you know, good economy car that has a lot of space and features.